Pisces, I'm hearing that there is great achievement to be made and that you should strike while the iron is hot. This is the Arcana Veil. Pisces, this is your collective reading. Arrival, 4th house, home, family, ancestry, nurturing, Sagittarius in your energy, ambition, lucky, morals, optimistic. We have passion. So therefore, strike while the iron is hot with the right method of movement will give you that which you seek to experience, that will bring you a greater fulfillment in your home, family, ancestry. You could be connecting with your ancestors. You could be specifically focusing on making a deeper connection with your shamanic roots. I think all humans have a natural shamanic expression within their personalities, within the souls, because you've had lifetimes to train that view of expression, of experience. So it comes through the genetic coding, and your soul reforms the genes itself, not the other way around. You have Sagittarius here as indicating how the drive that will take place for you in this process, and that it will require you to be versatile in the way that you make the choices. And then we have the passions here, which is heavily aspected to some of you that might enter into a relationship with someone as well. So we will have a look for you in the tarot. We have 5 of Cups, we have Ace of Wands, definitely telling us that we're going through that process here. We have the 9 of Swords here, we have the Empress, and this one, 2 of Pentacles. Okay, that looks pretty good. Looks like you're going towards that process now. You're making that connection last for you. You're using the versatility of that which you know you have resolved within yourself. For some of you, I'm picking up that was a relationship that you've had with someone and it went quiet for a while, and you've felt it re-stimulate back into your consciousness again, and it brings up with it Ace of Wands, the enforcing or the initiation of that frequency to bring that family back together again. Some of you may have been separated or divorced from others, and you're reconsidering that connection again. Question is 9 of Swords in the heart. Are they worth it? Will they accommodate what you need? Will they still bring with them that which you have worked on before? We have in here also a reference on how it has had its cost of mental stress before. So looking at the person, place or thing, or circumstances or situationship, however you want to look at it, as a sense of it being challenging you back then, is now saying, are you sure you want to bring that person back in, because you require something to come out of this? And should it really be that decision with that particular person, or should you refocus on what it is that you may find in a new way? But let's assume the Empress here at the end is the outcome. What you will have to do to make sure that if you don't want to have your previous person come back to you, and you're focusing on someone new, how that will actually take place. And the energy suggests here that you will have to make the choice in order to accommodate that newness inside of your life by initiating the newness inside of you. Let's have a look and see what is in the underworld. And this is the space where you will draw gifts from that is in your subconsciousness. Let's have a look. We have the 9 of vessels here, the chimera, the energy that suggests an element that requires great release and sacrifice of things that don't belong anymore. Removing old ideologies, sensations, experiences that don't support you anymore. If you look at the 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups here, and you look at what has had to take place in order for you to be able to accumulate all of that frequency to come back in, you've had to do a lot of that soul searching for a long time. And while you had done that, there, out of that mire of space that felt as if there wasn't much going on there back then, in those years or time that you felt you were recovering, shows that there took a lot of power from you to present a new way of thinking for yourself. So essentially you had already then started this process where you had tried to recover the truer form of yourself. And so while the 9 of Swords is in the heart space, the nature of the reality says that you have felt lost with that person, that sense, that thing that had been in your life. They had taken your energy. So I think that for some of you will tell you that in order for you to feel like you need to have a family, you don't need to go back to the ex to bring that family into your life. That's just for some of you, not for all. Whereas for others, whatever you're going through, all of that overthinking had caused you a loss of energy and had made you feel like you almost lost your job or your purpose. But here we come at the end, we see the resurrection here, the Empress standing very proudly, and within it there is a lot of work that took place, the 10 of Wands, that had given you that perspective to reborn out of that pain. And so we see the 2 of Pentacles here being met by the 5 of Wands, telling you that there could be another flicker of light that could come into your pathway. There could be another way of understanding how reality should be for you because of the way in which you are now compared to how you were before. Understand that when we look at this is the past, this is the center point of the presence, and this is the potential for going forward based on where you're going in your choices that you make. And also, of course, remember that you have free will. So just because I'm showing it to you doesn't mean that it's necessarily always what you may want either. This is the final outcome for Pisces. Walking away from that which caused you the pain and keeping that door closed is the best thing for you to consider because of what it had cost you. So even though you went through that process thinking that there might be something good there, might be something, maybe the ex has visited you and you think, oh, I've missed the person, blah, blah, blah. I've missed the idea of that it's not worth the time and the energy space in which it had placed you in. But let's assume you wish to do that, though. You're being shown to slowly consider temperance, what your options are before you make the decision. Don't rush. Just take your time and you will make the right decision. Because remember, you have the 2 of Pentacles here, the power to make the ability, a material nature is in your hands. Pisces, this is your reading. This was the Arcana Veil. Until next time.